Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of CDR Inspiration, Better Husbands, Better Fathers. And this morning I want to talk to you about meet you before you meet your spouse. And this is all about you as a person finding who you are before you find that true love. We live in a world today where relationships are so messed up. Marriages are ending as fast as they are starting. And one of the things I've been talking about for the last for quite some time, is that if we could help people before they get married, I believe we'll save a lot of marriages. So I'm going to talk firstly to people who are unmarried, then to those who are already married. For those that are not yet married, before you get yourself involved in a relationship, to even get to that point where you say I do, I want to give you a very, very important piece of advice. You must first find yourself. You must first meet yourself. You must first know who you are. You must first understand you. Some people don't even understand themselves, and then they expect their spouses to understand them. You must first understand you. You must know why you are here. You must understand purpose. You must be single and you must be whole. You must be complete as a person before you decide to get yourself involved. When you do this, you are able to add more value to your relationship, to your marriage. You cannot expect to go into a relationship, get involved in a relationship, get married, and you are not yet complete. You are not whole as a person, and then expect the other person to complete you. I know that's what you heard before. They complete each other, but no, you're supposed to be complete before you get into that relationship or into that marriage. The other person doesn't complete you. They may complement you, but they do not complete you. You must be complete. I am certain that if this happens, a lot of marriages will go to the point as when you said your vow, until death do us part. Now, for those of you who are already married, and maybe you did not take time to first learn yourself, or to know yourself, or to understand you, and to understand purpose, and to ensure that you were complete and you were whole before you got married, and you are already in this relationship, you're already into this marriage, then I want to advise you to take some time to learn yourself and understand yourself. It's not, listen, your spouse is not the problem, Your spouse is not the problem. Even though you think that your spouse is the problem, even though your spouse is probably stressing you out and frustrating you, your spouse is not the problem. For things to change, you have to change. For things to change in my marriage, I have to change. And my wife must see it the very same way. For things to change in our marriage, she has to change. And if everyone takes this responsibility upon themselves, despite whatever your spouse is probably doing to stress you out right now and frustrate the living daylight out of you, none of us are perfect. We all need fixing. So for things to change, you must change. And it's best if you take some time today and search yourself. It's best if you I know some people wouldn't like to hear this, Some people really would not like to hear what I'm saying here right now. They really would not like to hear it. But it's just the truth. And it matters not where in your relationship you are right now. What's the condition of your marriage right now? It really does not matter. It could be fixed. And if you are a believer in Christ this morning, more so, you should be thinking about how your marriage could be fixed this morning, because if you are a believer in Christ, we know that all things are possible. And if you are a believer this morning and you do not believe that your marriage could be fixed, but then you have no faith in God, I don't care where your marriage is this morning, but it begins with you, not your spouse. You can't fix your spouse, leave that for God. You fix you this morning. Even though you think that you're not doing anything wrong, even though you think that you're not messing up, we are not perfect. Check yourself out this morning. Slow down a little bit and check yourself out this morning, because we all need some fixing. So I trust that I helped someone this morning. If you are not yet married, you need to check yourself. Meet you before you meet your spouse. But if you are already married, you need to stop. You need to slow down a little bit. Check yourself. Meet yourself. Understand yourself. Start working on you. Figure out your purpose. Why am I here? Ensure that you are a complete person, a whole person, because if you are not, then you are already shortchanging your spouse, because you are not whole. So then your spouse does not have a whole person. So meet yourself before you meet your spouse. Meet you first, guys. Love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedules to jump on CDR Inspiration this morning and take a listen. Please share if you got any value. Drop me a comment if you got any value. Drop me a comment, #value. And please share this with someone else so that we could help persons who are looking to get married, and we could even help those that are already married, that they will remain married today. Have a great and successful day, every single one of you. Love and appreciate you. Have an awesome week, an awesome rest of month, an awesome life. By God's grace. Salute to you.